Hello, everybody. This is Ame Gakita. You are listening to Ame Random Talk, and I don't even know how to do my intro again anytime, any soon, and I've. Oh well. Anyway, this is Ame Gakita, your host, and again the same guest. Every single time, you can never change it out. It's Rizi-san.
I'm more surprised every time even though you forgot your own intro. Discord just decided, how about we just cut him and just straight out your name in the end? Huh?
Imagine like Discord just have an AI and just say that, oh, you're doing an outro, okay, let's cut you off. And then it's like, imagine if there is an AI video editor and I give it to it and you'll be like, it just cut out every single thing from the intro to the end.
It's more to like, hi, bye. Just in one shot.
I wonder if the AI got something like, yeah, you are not going to say anything.
Okay, if anyone is hearing any, for those who is in Malaysia will know the paddle pop ice cream sound.
Damn.
Yeah, that sound is blasting on my side.
Why would they be blasting that music on your end though? Telling everyone, okay, the weather is very hot, we need you to eat some ice cream.
No. Usually it's actually not this loud. You can actually don't hear it this much, but this time it is blasting more louder than it is supposed to be.
Damn. The weather is so hot, everyone, please buy some ice cream to eat.
It's not even hot. It just finished raining. Not even hot.
But then again, you can't deny the part that right now is summer all around the world. So maybe other places might need some ice cream?
Either it's summer. For Malaysian, it's mostly flood season, usually.
Isn't it the same for Singapore?
The Singapore actually have flood season.
Oh, we won't say flood season. They actually they managed to finish out on the, how to say it, the draining system. So at least it won't flood that bad. I mean, like it had been raining quite heavily these few days though. Because
right now
sorry. As I was saying, I mean, like from where I am more on the northeast northwest. I'm so bad in east, northeast, southwest. Basically, if I'm based on my place, right, it's more towards the area of Malaysia. I wouldn't say it's Woodland or Jurong, but basically in the middle of these two areas, which is a place called Choa Chu Kang. This place technically is quite a big area, and often more than not, there will be more rain coming in from Malaysia or Indonesia. Normally when there is like rain cloud coming from Indonesia or Malaysia from the north area, Choa Chu Kang tend to get hit more, and lately it has been raining quite I wouldn't say heavily, but yesterday it did rain quite heavily, so I was like, Malaysia must be gonna have another flood again.
Well, yesterday it's just flooding in front of my house.
Wow. So,
but okay, I don't know why, but this was something that only me and my siblings will do.
And
every time, like in front of our house is flooding, most people will be moving their furniture to the second floor or anything similar to that, right? But the one that we did was just, how about we just count how many cat, dog, or mice are gonna be swimming in that.
Okay, you know the funny thing is, right? Because right now it's easy to flood in Malaysia. Normally how many floor can the can the water flood to in your house area?
Okay. First of all, it depending on the house structure at the time, because my old house when my parents bought,
Mm-hmm.
they actually put like additional cement, so it will be more higher than a normal house. So when if you were in the road and you were standing, the flood can cover up your whole leg area. That's how high the flood can go.
Right.
But
Mm-hmm.
if you're in my house, it only go to your knee area, knee or your feet area only, because only our house structure is actually the highest around the neighborhood.
I guess your parents are lucky to have that additional cement culture.
No, it's not just that, but due to the paranoia about it, yeah, I don't know if that's good or bad.
Yeah, yes, in a good way, bad in some way, depending on how you look at it. But when it comes to flood, you definitely do not want to stay on the first floor. That's for sure. If you ask me.
Like, okay, some people actually will not that like us, which is their house structure is more lower, so it can be easier for the water to get in, right? And some people in the area still have one floor house, while mine actually have two.
Yeah.
So we actually do not need to. Okay, during flood, okay, our house. This is what other neighbors gonna say. Our house will be the last one to be flooded. If our house got flooded, yeah, we need to go. People say that, oh, if your house got flood in it, okay, it means that everyone needs to evacuate it. Everyone needs to get out from that neighborhood.
They are using your house as the stand base.
Yep.
Nice.
Because it happened before that some neighbors actually when it started raining, most of them need to come to our house because their house are already half, like the water is gonna be half of in their house. It's gonna raise half of it. You could not sleep in, including if you only have one floor house.
Okay, to be fair, do you guys this is probably because I know based on old kampong house building. If anyone asks me, right, like a lot of people might not be aware, like old kampong, like the way they build houses, right? A lot of people thought that like old houses they thought that when you build a kampong in the past, the house is just only like one floor, like on the ground floor. In fact, it's actually not that is not the original. The original one is in fact that you have to build a stand above, meaning to say that you have to climb up. There is a ladder that you climb up to your house. Basically, there is like a base below, like an empty space. And there is a reason why the house is built up on like one more floor outwards, and you stay at the second floor, not the first floor. The first floor is nothing. There's nothing on it. There is a few reasons to that. First, because as when your floor is like there is a huge empty space below, it's basically in a sense is that to prevent your house from touching the ground where there might be a lot of ants or any bugs or whatsoever that can ram into your house, or like maybe like wild bug ram into your house. That's why your bottom floor is empty. Secondly, it's also in a sense, I know it's not practical, but it's also preventive in the case that when there is a flood.
Okay, this is just actually from my late grandma explanation why we have like her kampung house have 3 floors. But this is according to her. When the grandfather actually built, it's actually to prevent is actually to make it more easier for you to run away from the. I forgot what war was it during that time. If I'm not mistaken, was it a Japanese
Yes.
version?
Yeah,
If I'm not
that
mistaken.
was the
So
last.
when the Japanese, like when the military is gonna come in from the first floor, so when people are in the second floor, will run up to the third floor to jump out of the window
Mm.
because underneath is all sand. So if nobody can break their legs, I have tried it and I never managed to break a single bone. I recommend nobody to you to try that.
Don't try it because they when they build the place, the surrounding is actually there is like some sort of padding for you to jump onto it.
Mm-hmm.
So there is the final part because you have to understand. Like when I say run into it or to prevent people from mamming into it, is that you have to think about it. When you got so many houses building against each other, the first floor is empty. So when you're like earlier, let's when I say ram into each other, it's basically like when everyone is running away from Japanese in the Japanese in the World War II at the time. It's just a
Mm-hmm.
clear path run away.
Yep. I was more surprised when my grandma taught me where she was running, and it was even though it's small, but I'm more surprised that are you sure you're an adult at that time and not a child? Because that place is actually more to a childish shape.
Yeah, most people in the past are tend to be smaller than us right now. You know.
Like more like smaller and skinny.
Yeah, that's the thing. Properties was a worst thing in the past. But if you think about it, right, like earlier when I mentioned the floor is totally empty, it just basically you see the 4 pillar or 5 pillar that is supporting the house because it's empty. So even if then there's like water flowing down, right, it won't flood into your
Mm-hmm.
house. That's why like a lot of people right now a lot of places you can just see the house is just basically on the first floor, second floor. But in fact, when the first floor is empty, like this right now you see a lot of HDB in Singapore is like the first there are mostly first floor is empty. Like they say it's a void deck. There is a reason why that is called a void deck. Like in the case that the water do flood out to the first floor, the water won't flood all the way to the third floor, fourth floor in Singapore, mostly around to the feed area on the first floor. So having the first floor being empty out is actually considered a good thing because it means that the water won't flood to the housing that is on the second floor onwards. That's the reason, one of the reasons why when in Singapore a lot of HDB building which basically if you want to say in other country is apartment, mansion or whatsoever, the so-called pigeon old building is basically in a sense is that the second floor onwards is like they are technically safe from flooding if in the case there is a flood. But if in the case that the sea rises a lot to the point that it might flood Singapore one day, probably it will be everyone will be staying at the higher floor, and hopefully the lower floor will be able to support the culture of the water pressure from then on. But I don't know. That will be the problem for future, not for us. But thinking about it, right? One of the thing I don't understand is that the government in Malaysia, I know this is a little bit political, but I just want to say I don't understand why are they not creating a proper drain system to pump away those flood, or at the very least create some sort of like a lake that can actually kind of like bring the water from the flood, like kind of like a river flow area where the river flow will bring the water away
Mm-hmm.
down to somewhere else instead of like letting the water accumulate at your area. Because from how I look at it, it's like the water is being like there's no water running away from any other places. That's why it's being stuck at that place. That's why it's causing a flood. And the best way to prevent a flood is by building like what is blocking the water from flowing away. You have to find a like it's just basically like what create a pool, a puddle of water. It because it's like there is some sort of a bowl thing that is like preventing the water from running to the side. So you have to like build a hole, put a hole under it to let the water drain out. That's what called drainage system is. And we all know that Malaysian people tend to be say like they are the least corrupted people in the world, but then again it's like
Hmm.
unlikely
Okay.
that
Okay. What you just say had happened, but because how to say this? Okay, like you said, make like a small pond or a lake, so all the water will be redirect back into there, right?
mm,
But if other people like the citizen are not aware, it's also our fault why it is actually the cause of the flood.
what?
Okay, rubbish is full. Like going to the trash center and see the rubbish is full. Okay, but I need to throw my rubbish. Throw into the drain system. Most of them is how I see it.
Oh. So there are many idiots in Malaysia as well as on top of okay, never mind.
There are a lot, and I'm not even joking.
Imagine if they actually shit in the drain.
Shit, shit in the drain, yes. Pee in the drain, yes. So far,
What? The next thing you're gonna find a body in the drain?
there is, and
Okay,
that
never mind
is
this.
last week.
We are not going down the road, young lele.
There is last week. So how about something else?
But okay, one of the things I feel like what they should do is that have someone like I won't say every day, but at least have someone go down to the drainage system to like check for carriage, check for blockage. I mean, like the last time when they actually built a drain system in Singapore, and they said why is it still flooding at that time, they actually checked all the drain system and found out that there was a lot of dead leaf blocking the filter area. You know, like there is a net area that is preventing large area from floating down the drain to prevent. And they realized that a lot of dead animal or leaf got stuck at that filter area. That actually caused a flood at that time back in Singapore, back in I can't remember how many years back. So what they did is they actually sent a group of people to clean up those drain filter. Like they have to drag everything out. Like I remember like driving past and I saw a huge chunk of leaf they dig out from the drain system. So what I believe is that Malaysia should actually have a group of people doing such a thing, pay them, because if you pay them, it became a job in Malaysia. We need to say that if you are creating job and people will want to do such a thing, because what they're doing is to prevent more flood in the future. But again, like I mentioned, because you are giving money, probably the government of Malaysia will be like, I have to pay. Don't want lah. I don't want to pay. Can I don't pay? You volunteer lah. You do it for free lah. Okay lah. Sikit lah. Okay.
Okay. We used to have that in the past, but after that there was a strike due to it. So there is, but at the same time, not many.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said they have to pay them to let it be a job. But from how I look at it, they are making them doing it voluntarily. So the strike was basically due to that. And like I mentioned, it's best if they give them like pay them for to do it. Not like, oh, you do it for free lah, volunteer lah. Dude, your government got so many money and you want people to do it for free. You think everything you go and makan and tell me you can get free lah. In case anyone know what is makan, it's basically mean go and eat lah. Have a meal, eat something. We call it makan.
Even meal will cost around 10 ringgit just for one time eating.
It is gonna increase way more in the near future though, considering that the inflation in Singapore is getting ridiculous.
Like, I'm more in shock when I said usually I would give around 50 ringgit, 50, for him to use the whole week, right? But then he said that he did not have enough money for around 3 days. He said that, oh, I'm already out of money.
Oh, your younger brother or your second?
I'm the youngest.
Wow.
So I went to the school saying that what did he buy? He buy the normal things that he always eat, but he usually eat around 3 times a day because okay, breakfast sometimes he skip breakfast so he will eat at school. Lunch eat at school. Before going home he will go and eat at school. That's normal, right? But the cost of it, I'm just wow.
Inflation in Singapore and Malaysia.
One plate of nasi lemak. Guess how much does it cost?
In ringgit, right? 50 days. If in 3 days you have to use. I'm gonna give a guess that it's gonna cost you around $5 to $7 in between there.
Okay. The normal amount for one plate of nasi lemak at their school is 2.50 ringgit, which is half the dollar, I think, from Singapore.
No. So
and imagine, okay, that is only the rice.
Oh my.
Only the rice, not including the other like sambal, ikan bilis, or anything similar to it.
Okay, so the price that I just said, around 5 to 7, is based on every single thing. Now give me the price of every single thing in the plate. Meaning to say that maybe the fish or the fried chicken, goreng,
Okay. 250.
250.
If you buy a chicken, it will cost around 3 ringgit, and it's not even a big one.
Damn.
It's around three fingers.
But even if you say, but the thing is, right, even if you say like 250, how is your brother able to spend 250 like for one meal, and like 50? You give him 15, or is it 50?
50.
Yeah, you give him 50. So how is it like he spends that much money and not having enough?
Because the way how he spends, one meal he will go for 3 plates.
Okay. So
does that make any sense for you now?
So earlier when I say 5 to 7, in a sense I was correct, because that was my idea of what being one plate. So basically he did spend $5 to $7 per meal. And that I can't blame him, because your brother is a growing child right now.
No, I mean, I don't blame him because he used it for eating only, but still, how is it so expensive?
But is your brother overweight, or is he being big only?
He is actually really small, even though he eats a lot.
Surprise.
He only weighed 20.
Wait, how?
He's 22 kilograms, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm more surprised that, how is he see this light?
I want that too. I want to eat a lot and become small.
That's okay. This is because of my mom. She said that when she was young, metabolism, I could not say it. It's really fast.
Damn.
So there's a huge chance that we can actually process the food more faster.
I'm jelly.
So that's why that most of us weight are not that. Like most people will say that we are sick. We are not sick. That's actually our weight.
They just basically your metabolism is working way too hard.
Like my weight is 39, and most people will say that it's crazy. That I need to bring I forgot what it's called. The weight measure, was it?
Yeah, because you did
To class just to show the proof.
Yeah, the thing is, right, I did teach you how to kind of like increase your weight a little bit, but when you told me that you have not eat one day because you peel out and then you lose very fast, and I was like, at that time in my mind, I was thinking along the line that is your metabolism the fast type where you burn very very fast.
Yes.
So at that time when you say you lose weight very fast, I was like, huh. Although I was very mad because I was like, I also want to lose weight. Because basically for me, right, if I eat very, very little per day, like for, let's say for example, you know the phone? The fan?
Mm-hmm.
So basically if I eat that twice per day, basically one in the morning, one at night time, because it's very, very I wouldn't say too oily or whatever, it's just basically on the healthy side. So basically if I eat that twice per day for at least 1 week, I will actually lose 10 kg very fast for you guys to know. Not because my metabolism lose very fast, because of the action that I teacher phone tend to be on the lower calorie, and when I exercise and when I say I exercise, anyone who know me when I do my ring fit exercise is that I go beyond what most people would do, and my metabolism is like when I move, it move very fast. When I don't move, it just sleep. Does that make sense to you, anyone? So if I want to lose weight, I can, but at the same time, I'll be like, you guys will definitely hear me like, I just tired. I had no more energy.
Yeah, basically, usually I only hear that after a ring fit. It's either you're gonna say that, oh, after you go and shower, you just sleep.
Yep. I know a lot of people are saying like, do I move a lot or do I sit a lot or what do I like do whatsoever? Is that I tend to be very quiet and tired when I don't eat too much. That's why if I do extreme as diet, it can be I can lose weight very fast, but it won't be very good on my health. But at the same time, when I start eating bad, and I mean, like for me, controlling weight is just too hard in some way. So I actually prefer to just slowly let it down. And what do you guys get? At the time of this recording, it's raining on my side right now. Amazing.
Hopefully, there is no clothes that you are hanging outside.
Oh, don't need to worry. I was told by my parents that we no longer hang clothes on the outside. We hang clothes on the inside.
Ah, wait. Can it even dry?
Well, as long as it's dry above and there is quite a huge space, and it's still technically on the laundry side when you know like you just kind of let the wind blow in and hope that you blow the above. But the thing is, right, because we are using the washing machine, and actually when you hang it out, it is actually more on the drier side. So I think I don't need to worry about whether it will dry. I mean, like even normally we'll let it hang for around one night, or if I hang it in the morning, it'll be just a whole day and it'll be dry at night time already.
Ah.
So
because I try to hang like, okay, you just wash your school clothes and just hang it in your room, right?
But
it did not dry.
Yeah, understandable. Because back for me back in Japan, if it also didn't dry out that much for me. I have to use the air conditioner to dry it. But as for right now, I guess because the drum machine, the one that is the front door, not the one that I used back in Japan, which basically the one where you open from the top. The drum technically it took around like back in Japan when I clean my clothes, it took around 30 minutes. So when I take the clothes out, it's technically on the damp side. But the drum one, the way it wash, it can and dry it in total it take around 2 hours to 3 hours to clean and wash the clothes. So in a sense is that 1 hour of it is actually drying the clothes. So sometimes when I take out the clothes, like right after it clean, it's actually very warm in the inside. So yeah, it technically helped to dry the clothes a little bit.
You just okay. I own a hair dryer but never use a hair dryer. Does that make sense?
Don't ever try using hair dryer to wash to dry your clothes unless emergency.
Like I only use it for clothes. I never use it for my hair.
Okay,
Like at a
okay
point.
one of the way that I tend to clean my dry my clothes faster if I want to hang it in my room to dry. Most washing machine got one function is just drying, the dry function. You just have to use that for around 30 minutes to 1 hour and just let it spin for non-stop just to squeeze out as many water out of it, off the clothes. Because normally when you clean the clothes there will be just a little bit of water in it, so you just need to use the dry function and let it dry. And normally I will let it do that for around additional 30 more minutes to squeeze out a lot of water out, or 1 hour to squeeze out way more water out. So I never go beyond 2 hours, 3 hours, because that is gonna spoil the machine more faster the more that you spin the machine. So normally 30 minutes to 1 hour is more than enough. So you say around, maybe if you want to make it dry faster, 1 hour is considered good enough. So you say 1 hour if you want to dry in your room, and then you just once you take out, you'll be very combo because it's dry already, and there will be a lot of light. So you have to kind of like, pull a little bit to stretch it. Not really like stretch it too much, but kind of like hoping that you straighten out a little bit, and then you hang it in your room. After hanging it, then you can just leave it. And once it dry out, you want to iron it to straighten up what the edge or whatever. Then you can do that afterwards. That's what I do.
Ah.
Now I'm teaching everyone how much of a house husband material I am right now.
I actually have no comment for that.
And just when I mean, like, imagine if any girls like me and want to marry me, and it will be like, I will be the house husband. They go out and be the breadwinner.
No comments.
No, I have to become the most popular VTuber in the whole world. Well, not really as popular as others, but at least somehow, somewhat are popular. I mean, like, to be fair, I'm trying to become popular in a way by creating more videos myself. Like, if I think Richie-san noticed, right, that I've been trying to create small video, upload to TikTok. In case anyone want to know, I'll put up my TikTok link in the description below, so do follow that. Thank you. So basically, I'm trying to like create short video. Initially, I want to create like YouTube short, but how to say it? It's like I'm not getting too much views.
Because you do not, like, you put the tags wrong.
Yeah, I didn't know that you have to put way more text than you might think. I wonder if that you have to like hashtag a lot of stuff so that people can start watching your video, and I'm like,
Yes.
And not just on TikTok though, on YouTube too. I never really put too.
TikTok, okay. TikTok, yes. For YouTube, no. YouTube is actually depending on how active you are and depending on what it is during the season. Okay, for example, like, most people are going for FPS style for this 2 or 3 months. But if you upload any horror games, it's not related.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why YouTube is more pain in the ass rather than TikTok.
Whereas TikTok, you have to do everything yourself, and then it will. But the thing is, right?
Mm-hmm.
TikTok can be like both. TikTok and YouTube can be a pain in the ass if you don't even know how to use it.
Yeah, still the same.
They sure. Like the way people is like, oh, you just need to set this or you need to set that, and then you just do this, do that, and you just why am I not getting more views? So yeah, I mean like one of the thing I decided to just give out and just go and post it on TikTok for all the short is that it's not that I don't like YouTube. TikTok you don't really need to go too much edit, whereas YouTube you need to go like a lot of editing. You have to
I
add.
think like TikTok is more easier because it already have a built-in system for editing. So if you record anything on it live or anything similar to it, you can edit it and save it for later.
Well, yeah, in a way. But what I'm actually thinking along the line is that YouTube doesn't have that function, and you have to like edit it on your own using your own software, and there is like no free software to do those kind of editing. Like none, zero, kosong. And I kind of want to eat roti prata kosong.
I have no comment.
Or do you prefer roti john kosong?
If roti john croissant, there's actually won't be any taste. To be honest, it's just basically bread slapping on egg on it.
Yeah, basically, there are some people who eat that because it's cheaper.
Yep.
It's the more cheaper roti john that you can get, because if you actually eat the original roti john, they add onion, add some more stuff to it to make it more tasty, mayo, this and that. So if you eat kosong, it's just basically if either you want to eat something oily but also want to eat something healthy. Yeah, kosong in the sense is like, there you go.
Okay, am I the only one just eating plain bread with mayonnaise?
I don't need to worry. I do that sometimes. Buy mayonnaise, buy bread, put the mayonnaise on the bread, spread it, and then just eat it.
Mm-hmm. I actually did that at my parents' house, and everyone's like, "Are you okay?"
No, it's tasty.
Yeah.
It is tasty.
I just wanted to eat it, so why?
Why? Mayonnaise is tasty though, especially with bread.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like anyone who saw me who eating mayonnaise over rice, meaning mayonnaise and rice only. Yeah, I can't comment too much on that.
For me, that's normal because I have done that before. But my parents just went, "Why?"
I done that way more than
And
anyone.
then at least, like, for me, like, at least you can still eat rather than you just slapping on. Like, my dad is on a new whole level.
No.
Ice cream, he will put black pepper in it and eat it.
I see.
That's a whole different level than mine.
Imagine if your dad actually, instead of putting black pepper, he decided to go put chili pepper.
Well, rather than my mom just straight up eating the peppers.
Imagine if you give one day your mom the ghost pepper.
I think she will love it. I'm not even joking.
Dude, I'm gonna warm it out. Just like how I screamed back then.
won't be saying much for that.
Please forget what happened that time. And or anyone who watched that video, please forget it. That was one of the worst stupid thing I ever did in my life.
I'm not surprised that you actually have the guts to even do it.
That was sponsored by someone, okay? I didn't pay for the curry. Someone paid for it, okay?
Yeah, but still, why? Why did you even eat it?
I don't even want to remember it. That's why I can't forget the reason already. I can't remember. Maybe someone have to go and rewatch the whole damn thing to see what any reason. They stated the reason why or whatsoever, because I can't remember what happened back then. When I say I don't remember, I seriously don't remember.
It's either he actually remember and don't want to say it, or just straight up, yeah, I'm gonna forget everything about that day.
Yeah, basically that was happening in some way, somehow, somewhere. Because I don't remember, because I don't want to remember, and because it's not a good thing, that's why I forget every single thing.
I could not blame you because, yeah.
Who want to remember what they did? Who in their right mind want to remember every single stupid thing they did in their life?
Me?
Fair enough. I won't stop you from. I won't stop you. If you want to remember all the stupid thing you ever did in your life, if you want to go ahead. I won't. I won't say like, oh, why Richie-san? Why we want to do that? Oh, because Richie-san just want to remember every single thing, and I'm like, oh no! I just want to do something not yappe.
You can ask anyone because sometimes I will be talking and out of nowhere I will be remembering it. Oh, in the past I used to be this stupid because I do this and do that. Even though that I know in a logical way you should not be doing that.
You know full well that you don't do some stupid thing. I know full well I don't do stupid thing. We all know full well we shouldn't be doing stupid thing, and then we'll be all right there, thousand of time, and then the next day we forget what we write.
It just, oh, we know it's stupid, but still doing it anyways.
Yup. It's powerful. Okay. I mean, like, isn't this the same part where we tell everyone, like, don't press the red button?
Mm-hmm.
When you tell a person not to
Press it!
Desha, you still press it. No matter what, you press it. Don't press it. You press it. No matter what, we still press it. Even when we say they don't press it.
Okay. I wonder if you know about the game Dumb Ways to Die.
I never heard of that.
Yes. Okay. It is actually a game and it is quite stupid. There is actually 2 or 3 series of the game, if I'm not mistaken. That you need to avoid those characters from dying.
So can I take it that one of the button is don't press the red button, and that your character will go and press the red button?
No, as long as you don't press it, nothing gonna happen. But if you press it, you're gonna drop out a nuclear that gonna wipe out the whole country, including Earth. For some, it's not country, the whole planet.
Don't press the red button. Press it.
Like, I will be showing Ame Dumb Ways to Die game, so he will see how stupid it is to play it. And surprisingly, you can play it on live, and it is not demonetized for some reason.
Wait, what?
Because, okay, if I say poke a fork into a toaster, is it dangerous or not?
The question will be like, who in the right mind will do that?
In the game, yes, there is.
Okay, fair enough.
So if you hit the fork by one of the sides,
mm-hmm.
gonna die. It's, even they have a song right now for that. Okay, Ame can do it later. Search up, just search up "dumb ways to die" song, and it will appear.
I'm very, very worried. Like when I say very, very worried, I really mean I'm very worried about why is such a game being created in the first place. I mean, like people already created a game called Pineapple on Pizza.
Well, there's "dumb ways to die" is way more worse than pineapple and pizza.
Yeah, I can guess.
Okay, but that is the first video game that on a mobile game that I've played.
Oh god. Can I don't play the game?
That was when I was around, I forgot, it's either 12 or 13 years old at the time.
Okay, I will not search the game out. I will not put that on my link. Whoever want to play that game, you can go and search it out yourself and go and see for yourself and tell me about and then write in the comment below and tell me about it. But do not expect me to play the game. Even when I say that, and even when I say that, right, the next moment will be like, I'm gonna play the game.
Like, okay, the game is mostly like a speed run because everything is gonna be more faster and faster by the time. So yeah, you need to save them as fast as you can. But the most stupidest thing is a person went to go a swim in a pool of piranhas, and you need to press on the piranha. You need to swipe out the piranhas as fast as you can. That is actually the most hardest part for me. When you forgot, you should not be pressing the red button and you need to press the green and blue button. Yeah, that's gonna end well.
That's not going to end well. That is like why? Like
I may have discovered that there is a way more worse game than he thought it can exist.
I don't even want to know about that game now.
But no, because it's in a cartoon-ish style, so not a lot of people are aware. So they just went, "Oh, it's a funny game. Oh, it's a child game." No, it's not a child game if you start to think of it.
I am right now
Mhm.
in a way, somehow, some way, somewhat questioning game design right now. Like, how is it a thing in the first place?
Okay, according to the game developer, they say that these are the history of mankind that found the stupidest way for them to die. Even though it is started out saying that if you do this, you will die, but they still do it.
Have you heard about the Florida thing where a lot of people in Florida did the most stupid thing, and either they did so stupid to the point that either they die or either they got jail or either they do end up badly. Have you ever heard of that?
Mm.
In case anyone are not aware, go and search it out. I seen a video about where they comment about it, and I was like, I'm not going to go, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to USA because there are so many people. I mean, it's like, I know some people, but like, Florida is part of USA. As long as you don't go to Florida, it will be fine. But I'm like, there are so many messed up things in USA that I don't even dare to go there, you know.
No, like now I understand why there's actually a meme about Florida a lot.
Yeah, there is a lot of it though. I mean, like a country where freedom to hold a gun. Yeah.
That's not gonna end well if that happens.
That is definitely not gonna end well though. That's why it's like for me between any other country, every country got their, how to say this, pro and con. But when you have a country that can everyone can hold a gun. Yeah, you definitely don't want to go to the country.
Okay, this is based off my own country law. You can own a gun, but you are not allowed to have a gun. Does that, like, first of all, I was so confused. What do you mean by that?
Is it
you can own a gun, but you could not have a gun.
Is it along the line of that you can have the license to own a to buy a use a gun? Something along the line.
Mm-hmm.
Because if that's the case, then I think I can understand why.
Because okay, I'm already not saying this, but because I have the gun training, I forgot what it's called. I keep remembering it as gun training. I forgot the full words for it. But the gun that I own is actually being kept by a detective.
What?
But the gun is under my name. So that is something that I'm just... How does the law even work here?
To be fair, like, to be very, very, very fair, sometimes I think that Malaysia law can be way too messed up.
Like, I actually reread it for and it is actually this is the second year that I've been reading it over and over again about the rules. You can own a gun, but you could not have a gun. It means that can you or could not buy a gun? It does not say that can you buy a gun, could you not buy a gun?
Yeah.
And there's another rule saying that if you want a gun, you could not buy with bullets. Is that even possible?
Okay. So I'm gonna take it that the gun is just basically being put as a decoration in your own house?
No, you are not allowed, because if the police or any government found it, you're gonna get arrested. Even though it's only for display. Like, even a keris, the small knife that we Malay have, you could not put it up as a display.
And yet you guys can have barang.
Yep. That's why I'm just... It makes sense, but at the same time does not make any sense.
Sometimes I don't even know what the hell the law are creating anymore.
No, it's actually the point that you just went, who the hell created these rules? It does not make sense.
It's not about making sense or not. It's just along the line of, like, how to say this, like, when you know the part where where people just create a law of things and then they just say that, oh, you don't do this or you don't do that, oh, because this one is more yabai, so let's change the law a little bit, and now you cannot do this, now you can do that, and I'm like, how messed up are you guys going to be?
Like, for me, I just straight up saying that it does not make any sense.
yeah, the thing is, right, it never makes sense in the first place from for many laws. Like a lot of laws in Singapore, right, always get changed or revealed not because of not because of like just because it's sometimes it's like only when people die that they
Mm-hmm.
start changing or rethinking their law, and it's along the line of like, we need to rethink our law because someone died from it or people are getting into trouble over it, and I'm like, wow, do you guys long enough? you know.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, sometimes it's like sometimes some laws or some stuff in Singapore is like it's so ridiculous. That's why sometimes when people say about, and by the way, when people say like, oh, isn't your law messed up or something, it's like some people say like chewing gum is banned in Singapore because like, why chewing gum is banned in Singapore? Because if you think about like chewing gum, when you actually, some people just kind of like abuse chewing gum to the point that when they finish chewing on the gum, where do they
It's
throw
just gonna
it?
stick everywhere, usually.
They throw it on the wall, they throw it on the floor, they stick under the seat, under the chair, on the chair, and chewing gum tend to be very very hard to be removed. Like it's very
Mm-hmm.
very hard to remove it. So because of that, it became a problem where Singapore government have to make a law. Either they remove the good stuff or they ban the good stuff. Or that people continue to do the good stuff. So a lot of good stuff in Singapore became banned in Singapore because they people abuse the goodness of it and it became bad. So it's like a lot of things in Singapore when people say like a lot of people say like, why can't we have good stuff in Singapore? Because people in Singapore is so stupid to the point they abuse it.
I could not say much because even Malaysian are sometimes stupid because there's gonna be a note saying in the wall saying at the wall saying that do not after chewing a chewing gum, please do not stick it at other places. And a lot of people are gonna be sticking the chewing gum at that note.
The thing is, right, a lot of law in Singapore, and I believe in some country, is that some people abuse the system. It's like a lot of people that you guys might not be aware. I might get attacked for this, but there is a lot of trolls. And when I say troll, it's like idiots or people who just can't read or just have nothing to do, that they want to create troubles in Singapore. There is a lot of them. And a lot of people say like e-scooter, like why e-scooter can't be is banned in Singapore? Because people go and use the e-scooter and ram into people and kill one or two people already. And the worst part is
Like,
that
I'm more surprised that it
and
didn't actually kill somebody.
and that's not just all. People actually use the e-scooter and ride on the road or on the highway and ride very dangerously. So the thing is, right, if on the right hand is good for to help some people, but some idiots abuse the system and make it become a bad thing. That's why a lot of things you can't find any nice thing in Singapore because there's a lot of idiots that abuse it. I'm not saying like everyone in Singapore is idiot. That it's just that when there's like 6 million people, you just need to give that a 0.01% of people who are idiots. There you go. You got 100 to 200 people that is gonna be creating idiot stuff. And when I say 0.01, it's not just 100, 200. Okay, it's on 1,000 people. Thousands of them are being idiots. Okay.
Because I'm not surprised that they actually like to go to that extreme.
No, the thing is, right, it's how to say this. It's not about going to the extreme. It's just that in Chinese we use the word 家教, which means home education. And when I say home education, is in a sense what people might not understand is that parents, good parenting, teaching the child not to do the wrong thing or against the law, but ensuring to be a law-abiding person, and at the same time being nice to others. But there is a lot of parents who doesn't do that, and their child just end up being a wild card. That sometimes they just watch YouTube videos, learn all the bad stuff, do it in their real life, thinking that that other people can do it. Why can't they? When they didn't realize that YouTube video tend to be on the creating video, and they actually most of them are fortified, meaning to say they're actually fiction. It's not real. It's just acting. It's fake. But young children is not being taught that way, and they thought it's real, and they go and do it, which is the reason why a lot of idiots in Singapore tend to thought that whatever they do is considered normal, when in fact it's not considered normal. Because if you guys think about it, riding a e-scooter in the highway, yeah, your mind must be something around the line of like you need a punctual hay. I mean, like, one of my mom favorite phrase is that if the parents not going to care, let the police care. And in Singapore, when the police care, the government step in. And when the government step in, the law change.
Yeah, bit.
So yeah, that's how chewing gum is banned, e-cigar is banned, e-scooter is banned. Like a lot of good stuff that you want to have in Singapore just got banned somehow, some way, somewhere. So yeah, you do not want to do those kind. I mean, like, there's some people will be saying like even drugs. Yeah, drug is gonna ruin people's life, and that is a bad style. And when something is considered bad, it's instant ban. And if anyone own it, it's instant goodbye to the jailhouse. That's just how life is in Singapore, and one of the reasons why I never like Singapore too much.
No comment on that.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you think about it, right, I'm not saying like everyone in Singapore is bad, but there is a lot of there are a lot of nice people, don't get me wrong, but there's also, as much as there's nice people, there's also a lot of bad people. I mean, like, when I remember there is a recent case where people comment like, oh, the local of Singapore are very rude. Yeah, because you come across a rude person, but you cannot just say everyone in Singapore is rude. There are rude people in Singapore. Just like in any other country, you come across a rude people, it's common. Back in Japan, do I ever come across rude people? Yes, there's a lot. But the thing is, not a lot of people is aware of what you guys might be aware is that sometime when you come across a rude person, it's not just only like, okay, in Singapore you got rude person, or in Malaysia you got a rude person, or in Japan you got a rude person. It's all along the line of that any country always have a rude person. But that doesn't mean that every country is rude. You have to think along the line of like, yeah, sometimes there is also, when there is a rude person, there is also a good person. And I guess the person who come across a rude local Singaporean, yeah, your luck was bad at the time. But there are also nice people. But at the same time, it also depends on what kind of thing you are requesting. Like, are you requesting for something that is ridiculous? Are you like going to the food court and, like I mentioned, like you want to go and eat some stuff, and then you say, oh, can I eat this for free? Yeah, if you like go to the supermarket and you want to sample something before you start buying, and you say, can I test it a little bit so that before I consider buying, if it's good I would buy it. If it's not good, sorry, I don't think I like the taste, I will not buy it. But sometimes some people, it's like, oh, I go to the food court, hey, I'm the influencer, I actually very, very popular, I want to help you to promote this, but can you give me the food for free? Yeah, Singaporean will be like, who are you? I don't know you. So it's go along the line of like, you have to think about how are you going to help. If you really want to help, use your own money, because you're already earning money through YouTube avenue. So why not? Because why not just pay for them? They are earning their business. They are paying rent. They are paying for stuff. So, and for the ingredients, all these things. And you want to eat everything for free? You think you what? I mean, like, look at some of the top YouTuber or whatsoever. they also have to pay for whatever they buy. Maybe for some people they got sponsor, but that is only because they are sponsored by biggest company who can afford sponsor. You go to some other places and you want to eat for free when they can't even sponsor you, you have to rethink that where the hell are you think you are. So unless you get like, maybe if you get a card say like I can eat KFC free for 1 year, yeah, then you're gonna get very fat by eating KFC every single meal, or maybe McDonald's, or maybe Pizza Hut, or Domino, or whatsoever. But please don't. But if I come across any like sponsorship asking me to like, oh, we're gonna sponsor you, you're gonna have this for free, I'll be like, am I gonna get fat eating your food? That would be the worst thing ever, you know. That is the reason why sometimes in probably because from where I stay in Singapore, where you never ask for a nice thing. That's why I was like, yeah. I mean, like, one of the things Singapore, a lot of people tend to have the mindset is that you never ask for a nice thing, and when there is like free stuff, everyone is like, oh, we all go and run and get it if you got it's free. But the thing is, right, in Singapore, when there is something is for free, a lot of people actually take it with a pinch of salt, because unless it's really stated, and people like there will be like, if like, let's say for example there's a free hamburger at McDonald's, people will be like, is it really true? And no people will go and get a free burger until when McDonald's stated that, oh, it's actually true, or when someone go up and queue it and they actually and they actually buy it and they actually stated, yeah, it's true, and then people will start queuing up, and then they'll McDonald's will be like, oh, business, because they get all the free burger out very fast. Yeah. Oh yeah, I think Rizi-san got something on. Wait, is Rizi-san still around here? Let me do a check. I think Rizi-san probably I might have disconnected from her. But yeah, sometimes you guys have to think like sometimes something is best not to have too much anyway. When don't expect too much good thing. I mean, like, if we are talking about good thing in Singapore, one of the thing I would say that, yeah, there is a lot of like cuisine from different country, like Korean BBQ or Japanese ramen or sushi, or maybe Chinese cooking, or what's not. Is that, yeah, there is a lot of nice thing in Singapore, but at the same time, when you have too many nice things in Singapore, people will be like starting to be like, oh, the price is gonna be very expensive, because a lot of food is like, oh, the standard price for this bowl of ramen is $10, $20, and then people at some other places will be like, hey, your ramen just a noodle serve around $10-$20, then my cheap noodles will be more expensive because it's local, and then the rent start rising, the food price could start rising, and then to the point that actually right now, in case anyone asks me like, do I cook at home a lot? Yeah, even after I coming back to Singapore, I actually cook quite a lot at home though. Hardly go out to eat. Not that I don't go out to eat, okay, I do go out to eat sometimes, just that eating at home is actually way more cheaper. Like, for example, let's say eating fried noodles, if you go and buy, like, say for example, the same ingredient and you have to cook it yourself, you can actually cook for 2-3 more person, as compared when you go and buy the noodle itself, and you can only serve a few people, and it's gonna be, I mean, like, I was actually pretty shocked when I actually come across like me and my sister go and buy some cooking, and the price was like, for just 2-3 serving of food, it already like $20-$30 already, whereas when I cook myself, it's just only like $5-$10, which is one of the reasons why I love to cook myself. And then my dad just go around and say, oh, Ame, you want to be a cook or something? No,
I won't say much.
Yeah, earlier I was eating and my dad just comment, are you going to be a cook or something? I mean, like, you have to think about it, like when you're cooking something because you're saving money, and then your dad just say like, why are you not looking for a job? You're trying to be a cook or something, and I'm like, what? It's like I'm trying to create my videos, and you are telling me that am I trying to find a job? It's like, dude, can you let me concentrate on this artist thing for now? I'm trying not to go out and eat too much. I'm cooking a lot of food on my own. And I realized that cooking at home in Singapore is way cheaper. It's similar to how I live in Japan. Cook your own is more cheaper. You eat outside, the food is like, oh, very, very expensive, huh? Best part of all, cooking your own is cheaper and delicious and to your taste.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't know about other people, but there will be times that I go out only to buy the rice only, but the others just go at home.
Yes, right.
Only buy the plain white rice.
If you don't want to cook, if you don't have the time to cook, you can just buy the plain fried rice. Not plain fried rice. You buy the normal rice, and then you go and fry it yourself, and there you go, nasi goreng.
Now there will be times that I forgot that I was cooking rice at a point that it will burn. It's not even a small burn. It's just everything's gonna turn black.
It's one of the reasons why sometimes I use my rice cooker to cook rice and not the pot.
I still remember, and I was so in shock how this even
happen.
Possible. Imagine you are cooking an egg, right?
Okay, I can understand, but to be fair, rice can get burnt to black if you are cooking on the pot, not the rice cooker. Rice cooker will have a temperature control, so it's the reason why they say that cooking rice on the rice cooker won't burn the rice. But when you are cooking rice on a pot, there is no timer to stop it.
They're just gonna be charcoal.
Yep. I mean, like.
But okay, the worst I have been, which is cooking an egg until the pot has a hole.
How is that even possible?
I have no idea.
It's either the egg killed the pot, or the pot is a cheap material.
My mom said cooking these things can be possible. You know that okay, this happened last week when I was trying to cook. You were trying to like toss the things in the frying pan, right? But the handle actually fall off while you are actually throwing the food around.
Oh no.
The good part was when it landed back on the stove with the food.
Okay.
So not all of the food is wasted.
Okay.
But just how?
That is a question that you have to ask the pot.
No, like my mom said that it is a new one and she just brought it.
Yeah.
That cost around, I forgot how many hundreds was it.
If that happened.
And I managed to broke it.
Okay, if that happened, you have to go and find, is it do you guys get scammed? Do you guys got scammed?
For me, no, because according to other comments, they say that they're using it normally and nothing bad happens. And this young man actually say that he has been using the frying pan for almost 4 years and nothing happened.
Then it might be that you guys are unlucky and got the 41.
Maybe because just how?
Yeah, I think that is a possible reason though. Like you guys just so happen to got the 41.
We did get a new one. Like the shop just said that, oh, it's okay. We're just gonna send you guys a new one, so you don't need to worry about that.
Well,
Like we don't need to have any additional pays or anything because it's still under the warranty.
wow, good for you guys.
But just the moment you just went, how is this possible?
Don't ask me. I'm kind of surprised to hear that from your side.
Okay, that's one. The second one, when I said before this, the fridge actually exploded.
Oh, the one where your dad did something to your car.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you want to tell everyone, since that is what happened.
Imagine that. So you just brought home a whole carton of tins. Like, okay, I forgot what it's called. It's actually a fizzy drink. So I forgot what was it. I only remember it was orange flavor. That's the only thing I remember. Instead of putting it on the cooler side, he put it on the freezer side, which is the part where you put mostly. You don't put eggs in the fridge. No, chicken or any meats.
It depends.
Instead, mm-hmm. Instead of it just went cold, few of the cans just exploded. My parents were so in shock knowing about it, but for me, I got interested on how clean the cut was on the can that got exploded.
To be fair, I don't even want to comment even about it.
I have a friend that's saying that imagine that your house is on fire, but you are still having your phone playing the games. Like everybody is worrying, saying that where are you gonna stay or anything. You on the phone just say that as long as I have my phone, I can still survive for some reason.
I remember. I think I remember saying that at the time. Is that at least I'm glad that at the time there is like no one at the place at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Because if there is cases of people over there, I think that will be a whole different story.
There's gonna be it's not even a whole new story. It's just gonna be a more misunderstanding there.
Mm-hmm. It will be a whole new. Why do these people get into the hospital?
Mm-hmm.
Because the fridge exploded on him.
Wait, how? Wait, how? He got into the hospital because the fridge exploded.
And then the fridge hit him the head, and then he fainted.
Huh. Okay, now I keep remembering the old movie that it's actually quite an old drama in Malaysia, but because of the store because the store got burned and exploded, the gas, the cooking gas that people use in the house.
Mm-hmm.
that gas ended up going upwards and then landed. The good thing is not landed on people. It just landed on the ground, but still it just became a rocket.
What?
I do know why that the director ended up saying that. Oh, how about we look at it as a funny way. But that actually happened in the past. That if I'm not mistaken, was it a row of shops, and the whole row is actually a cooking restaurants. So when those places got caught in the fire or just started exploding, guess what? The first thing that came out of the roof?
A chicken.
Why a chicken? No, the gas stove. I could not even say it properly. So that actually went up, and nobody know where it went down.
The first thing in my mind.
So
I mean, like, to be fair, the first thing in your mind would be like, don't go and look for it. The only thing you guys have to pray is like you have to pray that it doesn't hit anyone at that time.
Like the police actually need to find it. Like at the time, all the police needs to find it, because in case that if it hit somebody or hit any properties.
Yeah, that's why I say, yeah. That's why imagine if it does hit someone.
That will be the end of that person if that hits.
We have to see that. Hope that if it does, if there is a news of it, I will be like, what news? At least it's a good thing that it never happened, or about it landing on the others.
So far, nobody got hit. And if somebody is asking me about the recent news, I'm not gonna say anything about it. I will tell Ame after this, but not gonna say to you guys.
Now people are going to ask me what the hell happened. Anyway,
because no, it's okay.
Because I think we should stop around here. It's only like 1 hour and 20 minutes of recording time.
Yeah, bet.
I think it's a good.
That's way more longer. We just say that. Oh, how about we call for only 1 hour? Okay, we go more than 1 hour. Yeah, bet.
Okay, to be fair, when your parents actually call you midway, that was actually 1 hour.
Yeah, bet. Why didn't you tell me? Because I was waiting for a reply first before I went, but then you did not say anything.
Well, to be honest, the topic just go and on, and then you start talking about cooking and the stove, and I was like, let's add that in.
But the funny thing is that what we want to add in, we always forgot.
Yep, that's why when earlier I feel like, I think we should start around here.
Okay.
So with that being said, if you really want to know more, just press the like button and subscribe, and maybe we might talk about it next time again. And if you can follow us at our all the link will be on the description below. And with that being said, I mean I would say the long one, but let's just end it with the shortest one that I'm using right now. Good day, good night, and goodbye.